Who is the greatest Mexican or American player of all time? Round of 32. Here we go. To start off, we got Landon Donovan facing off against
Donovan.
All right, easy. Landon Donovan versus El Cepillo Peralta. Let me just get his name out.
Peralta had like 3 really good years.
Yeah.
I'll give him that for sure.
Donovan's a pick, though.
Yeah.
I agree. Donovan is the pick here. Next up, we got Mexican legend Chicharito going up against Josie Altidore.
Oh, Chicha. Easy, too. Although Altidore got a lot more hate than he deserved. He was a good striker.
Claudio Reyna, the midfielder, father of Gio Reyna, going up against World Cup legend Guillermo Ochoa.
Ochoa, man. The amount of saves he's made at the World Cup, it's worth more weight than gold, bro.
This next one is an interesting matchup. We got a battle of underrated players, I believe. DeMarcus Beasley against the great Ramon Morales. Ramon Morales, an incredible free kick taker, one of the most accurate passers that Mexican football has seen.
Bro, in the 80s?
In 2000s. 2000. But DeMarcus Beasley, faithful soldier of the U.S. Army footballistically in the 2000s.
I was a big fan of Beasley, man. Really athletic, great fullback, very offensive thinking as well. But you're going to have to help me out here.
This one's actually pretty close. I'm going to go with Ramon Morales. Rafa Marquez versus Jermaine Jones.
I like Jones. I do. But what Marquez means to the Mexican national team, man. He's the general. He's the captain.
Can't beat that.
You can't beat that.
Michael Bradley against Americanista Pavel Pardo. Why don't you tell us about Michael Bradley here?
Well, Bradley was a great midfielder. Not offensive whatsoever, but he was so calm on the ball, a really good tempo setter, had a great career in Italy, ended up his career in Toronto and still was very good in the MLS. He was so good for the USA.
Pardo, great midfielder, also a fullback at times with America, won the Bundesliga in 2006 with Stuttgart.
Damn.
I think maybe one of the few Mexicans or the only one to ever do that, but I don't know if he was as great at the club level as Michael Bradley was, because he did have a longer tenure in Europe. So I'm happy to go Bradley here, but I definitely want to show some respect to Pardo. He was a great player in his day. Giovanni Dos Santos versus Gio Reyna. Battle of the Gios.
I mean, they're both kind of underwhelming when you really look at it. They both should have been so much better. Reyna still has that chance.
He still does.
Gio never fully fleshed his career out, man, but the height of Dos Santos was just so fire, man. And for that reason, I'll go Gio Dos Santos.
Christian Pulisic versus Javier Borghetti.
It's got to be Pulisic, man. One of the most gifted CONCACAF players of all time, Champions League winner as well.
Battle of the midfielders here. Edson Alvarez against Yunus Musa.
Musa's having an interesting season. I think he's lost a little bit of his ability on the ball, whereas Alvarez honestly has stayed really consistent. Top player in the Premier League right now. Give me Edson Alvarez.
Santi Jimenez against Fulham's Anthony Robinson.
Dang, this is a good matchup. Anthony Robinson, one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League. So good off the pass, really good deliveries, very attack-minded. Santi's scored a lot of goals, though, in the Netherlands, now with AC Milan, already getting out to goal-scoring start there in Italy. This is tough, but I'm gonna go Robinson.
I would go Robinson.
I'm going Robinson.
He's more consistent. Cuauhtémoc Blanco versus Folarin Balogun.
I mean, I think it just has to be Blanco. Balogun had one good season, and that's it. He has so much to prove.
Yeah. Hector Herrera against Clinton Dempsey.
Herrera, one of the most consistent Mexican midfielders of all time.
Underrated.
Dempsey, he was the best goal scorer in U.S. history. What Dempsey's done for the USA, even at club level with Fulham. Let's go to Clint Dempsey.
Pioneer in his time, and I think he was hella clutch also.
Yeah.
Showed up in the big games. Brian McBride, that's a name you don't hear often in USA lore, against Carlos Vela.
I mean, I just never saw McBride ball, so I'm going to have to go Vela, but Vela was fire.
El Chucky Lozano versus Tim Howard. Two notable names in both countries.
Lozano was so good between the ages of like 21 and 26, but Howard was good for pretty much his entire career. Like, give me Tim Howard.
Goalkeeper for the U.S. right there. This is a funny one. Tim Weah against Hugo Sanchez.
You're going to have to tell me about Sanchez here. Never watched him play.
Pichichi leader, I think, multiple times, and an absolute goal-scoring machine. Considered the GOAT Mexican player in terms of accolades.
Okay.
It's Hugo Sanchez here until he faces off against a more proven modern player, in my opinion. Last matchup, Raul Jimenez against Weston McKennie.
Ooh, this is also a tie one, man. Jimenez, great goal scorers, had a lot of injuries, which has dampened his career, whereas McKennie's just been so solid. And he's had an entire career career in Europe, and he's never let up, ever. I think I'm just going to go McKinney because he's also just been more consistent at the national level too, whereas Jimenez has been in and out of the Mexican team.
Round of 16, here we go. Landon Donovan against Chicharito.
Wow.
Could have been a finals match.
Oh my God, this ain't fair, man. I'm gonna go Donovan, but I'll entertain Chicha.
I think the club accolades with Chicha
Put
him past Donovan, because he had many good moments with the national team as well, leading goal scorer for Mexico. So he can battle Donovan on the national level. Club levels where he gets the edge.
He does get the edge
League
there.
final appearance.
Let's go Chicharito.
That's my
man.
argument
Let's
there.
go Chicharito.
Guillermo Ochoa against Ramon Morales. Guillermo Ochoa. Rafa Marquez versus Michael Bradley.
Gotta be Rafa. Gotta be.
Giovanni Dos Santos against Christian Pulisic.
Pulisic, man. Come on.
Man, this is what Gio could have been, man. Edson Alvarez against Anthony Robinson.
Dang, also pretty damn tight.
Anthony's got some tough matchups so far, man.
He's working, bro.
He's working. Never been easy, man.
I'm actually gonna go Robinson.
Yeah, he's better this season for sure.
Yeah.
Cuauhtémoc Blanco versus Clint Dempsey.
I'm gonna go Dempsey on this one. I just think Dempsey, right behind Pulisic, is the next best American player of all time, and he's so clutch at World Cups.
Carlos Vela versus Tim Howard.
They're also a really tight one. I mean, you just consider Howard one of the best goalkeepers in CONCACAF, but then Vela was probably one of the most technical players ever. I mean, at one time, he was, chopping the goal scoring charts and assist charts at the same time as Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah. Like, he was right underneath them. So I'm going Carlos Vela.
Hugo Sanchez versus Weston McKennie.
Once again, I don't know enough about Sanchez.
I think the aura Sanchez carries is strong enough to defeat Weston McKennie here. The heights he achieved at Real Madrid back in the day were notable enough. So I would go Hugo Sanchez on this one.
I trust you, man.
Trust me on this one. Chicharito versus Guillermo Ochoa.
Wow.
Two Mexican legends, straight up. Some of the most likable players for the team. Who do you go with here?
The moments Chicharito gave us between like 2010 and 2018. But the thing is, Ochoa was right there alongside
every
him.
Every time.
Every step of the way. But Chicharito gave more at club level.
I just keep thinking about he was in a Champions League final. One of few CONCACAF players, Mexico or American players, to say that.
But can I say, in a World Cup, I think I'd rather have Prime Ochoa than Prime Chicharito.
No, absolutely.
And because of that, I'm gonna go Ochoa.
But his club career never amounted to what he did at the World Cup, man.
I don't care.
Rafa Marquez, arguably the best defender on this whole list, against Christian Pulisic.
I think they mean honestly the same to their national team as well. Captain both sides. Pulisic is literally Captain America. I'm actually going Pulisic, bro. He popped off at the age of 17, and from that moment on, we knew that he was gonna reach stardom, and he did. Champions League winner. I think he's gonna do something special in 2026. That's his opportunity. I'm going potential here. I'm going Christian Pulisic.
Pretty good argument there. Rafa Marquez could arguably be the GOAT Mexican player.
That's
true. He could. Starting off at Barcelona, playing alongside Puyol and holding his own.
You could say the same about Pulisic, though. At the end of his career, you could say GOAT USA player.
No, absolutely. You could. Not yet, though. You can't say that yet.
No.
Because he's accomplished so
I'm
far.
saying that right now.
You can.
Let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin. Let's leave this to fate, bro.
Let's do it. Let's flip a coin. Tails is Pulisic. Heads is Rafa Marquez. Here we go. Just release it.
Whatever you want to do, I'll do.
I'm just going to drop it.
Okay.
That's tails.
Tails. Pulisic through.
Fate is telling us something there, right? All right. Anthony Robinson or Clint Dempsey?
They're honestly pretty similar. Robinson actually might be a little bit better, but in front of goal, man, it's Deuce Dempsey, dude. Dempsey's got to win this one.
Carlos Vela going up against Hugo Sanchez.
I'm going to say Vela, obviously.
I'm going to say Hugo Sanchez, obviously.
Yeah, I got to trust you on your...
I'm the Mexico guy here.
Yeah.
I'll go Hugo Sanchez on this one. Semi-final, folks. Final four. Here we go. Guillermo Ochoa against Christian Pulisic.
At a World Cup, I'd take Ochoa anywhere. I'd make him Brazilian. I'd make him English if I could.
Facts.
If I'm those national teams, I'd make him American.
Yeah.
Pulisic was so gifted. I'm claiming the most gifted American CONCACAF player of all time.
I mean, I had Chicha close because of the club career, but Chicha didn't win a Champions League. Pulisic did.
He did.
I feel like that's the difference maker right there, man. He's got a UCL in his pocket.
It does.
Amidst this argument, as well as some great World Cup appearances so far. And what he's been able to do just doesn't have the long career.
He doesn't have it yet.
Ochoa at the moment.
Exactly. So that's why I'd entertain either here. Another coin toss, in my opinion. I'll say Pulisic due to the bias.
I guess I would go Ochoa because it's just the career
the longevity is crazy.
We're looking at. So let's do another coin flip. All right. Ochoa's heads, Pulisic is tails. Here we go. Tails. I think Pulisic is on a
Fate is on his
his
side.
fate is on his side this year.
He's gonna do something special next
Christian
summer.
Pulisic is on a run right now. Last semifinal matchup: Clint Dempsey against Hugo Sanchez.
Based on what you're saying, it's got to be Sanchez.
It would be Sanchez.
Then let's go Sanchez.
And we got a final of modern versus older football.
Dang, yeah.
A legend going up against a potential legend. Christian Pulisic against Hugo Sanchez. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Hugo Sanchez is the GOAT Mexican when you look at what there is to offer.
Yeah.
And I think Christian Pulisic is going to become the GOAT USA player.
yeah.
So in a way, this thing actually did work out.
This is how it should be come 20 years from now. So I back modern football, bro. I'm backing Christian Pulisic,
Yeah,
man.
That's fair. That's fair.
100 out of 100
my
times.
guy.
I'm not picking Sanchez.
Christian Pulisic, Hugo Sanchez, we could not agree, so we leave it up to fate for the last and
penalty
final time.
shootout.
If he wins 3 in a row, then this is destiny.
Yeah.
Tails is Pulisic, heads is Hugo Sanchez.
Come on.
You're kidding me.
Pulisic. Let's go, baby.
The GOAT Mexican-American player has been decided, and it is the one and only Christian Pulisic. And that is it for Give and Go on Goal. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more Goal USA content.